Greetings, petrolheads. Welcome back to Automation. And before we start this episode, I want to apologize for not uploading videos yesterday. Those of you who follow me on my Facebook page would already know it, but you know, it's only 21 people, so I can't blame the rest of you for not following me. And yeah, my internet connection broke yesterday. Like yesterday morning when I was just having breakfast, my boss from work called and said they need me They need me in the afternoon from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. and I was like, alright, well, I'll do it. And then after the phone call ended, I was like, alright, so I'm gonna record my videos, render them, upload them, have a little bit of free time, eat lunch, and then go to work. That was the idea. But then after recording yesterday's automation episode excuse me, the internet connection was just like, nope, you don't need internet anymore for today, and it was just gone, and I could not record or upload anything for the rest of the time I had until I had to go to work, which was like another 4 hours. And therefore yesterday's automation episode should already be up by the time this goes up. So yeah, there is that. And you know what one more thing I wanted to mention is that, like, about 2 hours after the internet connection started, you know, not working anymore, I called at the service hotline from my internet provider, and I said I don't got internet connection, and then they told me they said I should give them my address. And after telling them, they were like, oh, the internet connection in your region is totally fine. And then he was just gone, like, just put down the phone. What kind of service is that? Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get back into our quote-unquote campaign here with the Hephaestus, which has gotten a little bit of constructive criticism, in that it is not noticeably faster than the what's the other called, the Vesta. And well, to be honest, I'm not sure if it needs to be, because I mean the top speed is quite a bit faster, and then again the Vesta is a 4-door saloon, whereas this is a 2-door Grand Touring Coupe, and it is just not, like, building performance cars in 1955 is a little bit different in its own right. But I don't think this needs to be the top of the line 0 to 100 kilometers an hour accelerating car. But in any case, there were suggestions of me building an off-roader or a pickup, and there were plenty of comments in general, and I'm very thankful for that. But what I think was the best idea, which is what I'm gonna do, is building, if we go here, is building a pickup truck. The reason I'm gonna build pickup trucks is, you know, our company is Austrian, and after the war we had just lots of farmers and workmen that were very what's the word, you know, diligent at rebuilding everything, building a solid state again. And therefore a pickup truck will be very practical for the working man, if you will. And let's extend this as far as we can, so we have a lot of space back here. Yeah, and also, despite the fact that you know, I see the point that an off-roader would be good for going off-road, as there is a lot of, as there were still a lot of, how do I say this, for military purposes basically, like the Land Rover. But that being said, there is already the Land Rover in even in 1955, and therefore I don't think we need. I don't think we. Not only I don't think we need, but also I don't think we can compete with the Land Rover, because it's just a fantastic off-roading car. And if that's what you want by a Land Rover, but however, if you want a car that has good ground clearance and also a lot of space in the back, you might wanna buy this instead. And since we do not have like very much money left at all, I'm gonna make this as cheap as possible. However, I still want it to look decent. So what do we do here? A little bit of this maybe. Let's make this smaller for once. It's the same thing we did on the Vesta Deluxe, which is one of these, and then one of these on top of it, so we get the chrome borders. Yeah, like that. And I think, yeah, I think, no wait, not these ones, definitely round ones, but these ones would be pretty good. Or would we rather have these guys? I think they're a little bit smoother when going over these corners here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we want some rectangular lights anyway for this guy. Maybe we don't though. I have a hard time deciding what headlights to fit on this one, because this just has such a kind of weird, bulky, rounded shape on the side of the front end here. What if we just do this? Yeah, that, or we might also wanna make these a little bit smaller, make them in line with the first one. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. And for styling purposes, why don't we give it an indicator down here? And right adjacent to that, one of these things, one of these chrome bars. Man, one of these days I'm gonna not mess up the placement. yeah, and then the badge, which, you know, we don't have an identity yet, but the badge will go up here, I think. And then a very simplistic door handle, I think. Well, we got this one on pretty much all cars already, so why don't we put this on here as well. And then the tail lights. There's so many more fixtures now in the workshop. It's absolutely everything. No, not absolutely everything, but there's so much more stuff. Why don't we go ahead and do this? Then maybe a white one. You know what? Make this yellow. And these two are gonna be white. Then the number plate right here. The exhaust will be down there somewhere where I can place them currently. And then, you know, we might as well give it a big badge on here. Actually, no, it looks terrible. But there will be some sort of writing on here. I just haven't decided yet what. Because, as I said multiple times, this is not an organized company yet. Like, it's just a couple of dudes coming up with a couple of ideas. And however, I think this would be the first thing we would put into production. And therefore, let's see, we can only make it rear-wheel drive, but that is not a problem, I think. Let's make this one black, shall we? No, black is just not. Let's give it a nice little green. Like that. Yeah, okay. That is the color we're gonna use for this car. And the engine we're gonna use is the... Why? I have way too many engines. But the engine I'm gonna use is the V8 that we built last time for the Hephaestus, only in a different tuning. Obviously it's gonna be like all the way down. So let's clone this and retune it. It's still gonna be a 5 liter. Man, the cam profile is already so low. But we definitely do not need performance intake. Let's get rid of that. We'll lower our service costs. Apart from that, we'll probably... Actually, the 9.3 conversion ratio is not that bad. But we'll have to decrease it as we are also going to... we're gonna lean this guy out, because you know, farmers and workmen and all that, they have, you know, usually lots of stuff to do in contrast to me. But anyway, they are gonna use that car quite a lot, and like their mileage per year is gonna be so much higher than an average person's mileage per year, which is why we want this guy to be reliable and also economical. And that is what we are going to improve by decreasing, like by making this, by decreasing the cam profile is basically what I'm getting at. I would also like to have a smaller exhaust, so I can also afford to lower the red line a little bit further, which will also increase reliability. Can you please have the maximum power at less than 4400 RPM? 199 horsepower from a 5-liter V8. You know what? No, it's just easier to have dual exhaust systems with a V8. $195 horsepower. Okay. So we did lower the red line by 100 RPM, which is fantastic. What if we go for baffled mufflers here? We're gonna lose power. That's what we're gonna achieve with that. We did gain torque, which is ultimately probably more useful. So let's stick with that. It'll also lower the emissions, even though they're still, you know, through the roof, because there's no cat yet. But they're gonna be lower than before. Should we lower the red line even more? That is the question now. I don't know. Because we're gonna lose power, which is something I am never looking forward to, admittedly, but let's see, reliability is at 33.2. Oh, it's at 33.5. Fantastic. How much horsepower did we lose? 4. How much would we have to decrease this in order to achieve? Well, I guess this being 1955, the reliability is just kind of bad to begin with, no matter how low your RPMs are. Wait, the exhaust is restricting airflow? But not with the reverse flow, is it? It still is. How about this then? We would lose a lot of torque if we did that, but does this hurt our reliability? No, it does not. So it doesn't even matter for our purposes if the exhaust is restricting airflow. Valve float is still a little bit of a concern though. Not anymore. I think we're gonna keep it here at 4200 RPM with 192 horsepower and plenty of torque. Pretty half decent, at least, economy. Yeah. There is no automatic yet, and we're gonna throw a 3-speed gearbox at this thing. The top speed, like it really doesn't need top speed, but off-road ability. Oh, with the manual locker extremely high. So that is what we want to use here. We want to use hard long life road tires because, you know, you can always offer an option for like an optional chunk off-road tire set. That is always a thing. 175s. Let's go with 195s, which is already fairly large for 1955. Let's go back to 185s. I know this thing is gonna have a lot of wheel spin. Then again, what car doesn't from this era? Unless it's got like 30 horsepower. All of these cars that had more than 150 horsepower had, you know, quite ridiculous wheel spin. And okay, I don't think we need bigger rims. All they really add is weight and cost, so we don't want that. As far as brakes go, well, we don't really have them, do we? So off-road skid tray is pretty much a must here, I think. We don't have wings. We're gonna reduce this quite a lot, but still more than enough so that, you know, we don't have anything to worry about as far as reliability goes. 3 seats. Basic interior, the working man doesn't need more. I'm gonna be generous and give him a radio though. And then standard safety. Let's see, both of them have low off-road capabilities. Which one's more drivable? The progressive one. Then we're gonna go for a, let's see, comfort setup or off-road setup. Let's see. We now have a pretty cheap truck indeed. The economy is, you know, not fantastic, but not horrendous. Off-road is at 48.62. So if we go here and select the off-road setup, it's at 48.94. How did it affect everything else? Comfort does not really provide any more comfort, really. I'm gonna go back to off-road because it adds 0.1 drivability. Fantastic. And wait, why is this so bad here? What if we do this? That's even worse. What if we do this? 185s are still not, you know, kicking it, but we did gain a lot of drivability just from increasing it by 1 point. 14.4 now. If we do this, then we lose it again. But we will gain, well, acceleration time is pretty much irrelevant anyway. How much is the off-road now? 48.5. Alrighty. So this is our truck, I guess. What do I call that? I already do have the name Hephaestus, which is also, you know, the name of the god. Like Hephaestus is not only the work of, what am I saying? It's not only the god of fire and smithing, it's also he's also the god of work. So you know, I'm gonna think of a name for this truck here. Let me know what you think about it. I know it's weird that it has wider fronts than rears when it's rear-wheel drive, but you know, you gotta take what you can get. And the total cost is less than $7,000 today's money. So that's really cheap for a big car like this. Obviously the acceleration and top speed stats are pretty irrelevant, but we can increase the top speed actually. Does this give us any tangible benefit? Not really, it seems. All we do is add wheel spin. Okay, so actually, if we go back to make the gearing a little bit shorter, we will... it doesn't really do that much. So 48 seems to be the best choice here. What if we go back to like here, 14. So let's just go back here and have it the way we... It's always jumping back and forth between 14.3 and 14.4 here. So let's keep it at exactly 50. So, okay, now that I'm done messing with this, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button, it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you wanna see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.